This is the Guided by Purpose production on the courthouse steps with Sheim Perry. Currently, we're out at the Waterbury Courthouse in Waterbury, Connecticut. I'm with my brother Lou. I'm gonna let him introduce himself and let the people see what my brother's been doing.
Hey people, my name is Louis Matei Jr. Everybody calls me Brother Lou. Incarcerated 20 years. Just came home last year.
So you was one of the brothers that actually benefited from the commutation as I did.
Absolutely. If it wasn't for the commutation, I wouldn't be home till 2032.
2032. That's a long time from now. Definitely a long time from now. Well, you've been home for how long now?
I've been out of the halfway house since October. I got out of prison on June 16th of last year.
June 16th. Yeah, as you know on Facebook, you've been watching my page and everything, that yesterday was my anniversary. So, you know, it's good to see the brothers is out here. We doing what we doing. But I want you to tell the people what you doing right now.
So since I came home, I've been taking advantage of my network that I received in there. The network that I cultivated through higher education in prison, and it's given me a lot of opportunities. So when I actually got out of the halfway house, I was actually able to be invited to go, while I was on the bracelet, to a little meeting in Westport with all of the state's attorneys in Connecticut, all 13 heads of the state's attorneys, as well as former Supreme Court Justice, one defense attorney, and a victim's advocate. And I was the only formerly incarcerated person in the room.
That was the one that I seen when I contacted you, and I said, yo brother, what is going on up here with these people?
Yes, sir.
And you reached out to me and you said, know what? We're going to do this. We're going to be on the courthouse steps, and here you are. And tell the people what that was all about.
So the conversation was called Moving Justice Forward. And what they were trying to do was figure out a way to streamline the process in court. But my role was to try to get them to see our perspective, see who it is that's coming before them, and get them to treat us as people. So I wanted the process to be less adversarial. If they represent the people, before we walk into that courtroom, we are the people.
Exactly.
So you just were representing me for the last guy. But now I'm your enemy when I step in.
Once you get incarcerated,
yes,
or if you're a suspect, now you're the bad guy.
Yes,
you're no longer that citizen that they're trying to protect.
Absolutely. I'm no longer the people.
Absolutely.
So what they did, they ended up releasing this, which is Connecticut prosecution standards, an updated version of it.
Connecticut prosecution standards.
As well
Might want to look that up.
As well as the blueprint for Connecticut Division of Criminal Justice.
Might want to look that up too. You know, that's what we're about. We're about informative information here that's going to help the brothers and sisters that's in the struggle. This is what we're talking about. We out here, we're in the struggle, but we're also engaging with those that make the laws, those that are basically telling us that this is how it goes. We're saying, okay, that might be the truth, but what about our rights? How do our rights go? How you feel about that, about our rights?
Absolutely. I feel like our rights are constantly violated because we don't allow ourselves to be informed enough to speak up. That's why I want the people, especially those who are formerly incarcerated, to go on the internet and read these reports. Because this isn't just for Waterbury, this is how the entire state, how they plan to operate. If we don't have the information, we can't hold them accountable.
Absolutely. I know you've been involved in some other, how can I say, social justice reform groups. You want to lay out for the people what they're all about and what these organizations are?
So I've been invited several times as a consultant with the Public Defender's Office as well to help them.
Waterbury?
Connecticut, period.
Just
In
Connecticut,
Hartford.
period.
Yes.
Oh,
So they've been doing trainings where they're trying to get to understand who it is they represent. So what I've been doing is consulting via professional development training to help them to understand the process better and to help them, more importantly, to understand the people that are before them. And from that initiative, I've also been helping higher education and prison programs with professional development training through my organization that I started called the Freedom
that
Group.
is the college thing that goes on within incarceration, which is actually one of the greater programs, but one of the few programs, because there are not that many programs, but at least we do have the higher education. So we do have to say about that.
So what we've been doing is trying to help these programs and the people that come in same thing, get them to understand what we teach. You could have a good heart and want to do good things for people, but still not understand them. And the lack of that understanding, I'm finding, is creating these social gaps.
Okay, it's because once you're incarcerated, you're different, you change, you have a structural change, you have a physical and a mental change. So now people that's coming inside, like you said, have a good heart to help out, they have problems connecting with that incarcerated person because of that shit.
There's a cultural disconnect oftentimes. They're trying to help us, but sometimes they don't understand where we've come from and the things we've been through because they haven't been through it. They don't come from where we come from. The courthouse is here. I showed you when we were coming here.
Yeah.
I caught my case right up the street.
Yeah, 2 blocks. Basically from the courthouse.
The worst part of this city is right there.
Around the corner.
So we see that pipeline, and I've seen it all through Connecticut. And what we're trying to do is just get people to understand the things we've been through and how trauma shapes us.
Right. Yeah, you speaking about the conversation, brother. You want to go into that, what you just told me, what we had about the distance between where you actually lived at and the case and the courthouse?
So I was born on Central Ave in Waterbury, at the corner of Central Ave and West Main. 2 buildings over is where I caught my case. You go across a parking lot and turn the corner and that's where my hood is. You walk 5 minutes and you're here at the courthouse.
All within that one vicinity.
This is all within
Your
a half
whole
mile.
life, within a half mile. The beginning of your life, I'm not going to say the end because we're here now.
I'll say the end of who I used to be.
All right, the end of who you used to be. And now you're here as a new and improved, ready to help the other brothers and sisters that's in the struggle from your neighborhood. You still right here in the neighborhood doing the work.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to tell them that your church is around the corner
Yes,
too
sir.
that you go to.
The church is right next door to the building I was born in.
Yes, and this is the church that he goes to.
As a matter of fact, this was the church that fed our families when we had none.
And what you do now?
So now I'm able, as a member of that church, to volunteer on Fridays and be one of those people who help to feed the other people that come from where I come from.
Got to give you the blessing for that one, brother. And ain't too many people could actually say that they actually ate at this church when they was giving food out, and now you out here giving food out to the people at the same. That's a beautiful thing, man. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. As you know, I always let the brothers say a little something before we go, and give the people a little closing something, man.
So if I could say one thing to the people is, don't look at anybody as if they're less than. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know what trauma has shaped their life. Trauma is a real and present thing that causes us to react in different ways.
Absolutely.
So I tell the people this: if you don't want to be judged by your worst moment, don't judge us by ours. You see what people are out here doing. We got Guided by Purpose Reentry Initiative. on the Courthouse steps. I'm working for an organization called Formerly Incarcerated College Graduates Network. We're nationwide. We're advocating for higher education and prison opportunities, and as well as better employment opportunities when they come home. All I ask from those who own companies and those who are employers, those who are in schools, give us a shot. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. Some of the most socially adequate people, socially equipped people, I should say, and some of the most critical thinkers are people who've been to prison. Because if you think about it, we're forced to deal with so many people every day and forced to navigate an environment that is constantly tense. So with that, I just leave y'all with this, man. Love God, love people.
Absolutely. And as you know, I myself, guided by purpose, re-entry initiative. My 1 year anniversary of being home. This is my first guest for my 1 year anniversary. We back out here, baby. We back out here. You know what it is. You know what it is, man. You know, on the Courthouse steps with Sheim Perry. Peace.